this work, it works.
Mm-hmm.
I know it worked for me.
Yeah.
I can't sell it out to other people. But when I see young people go out there
Mm-hmm.
and you know, you feel it, you sense it, you know something happened. We trick young people, we're going out to go pray before we go forage. And before you go forage, I have them pick up pebble. And so we have to leave all of our negative energy behind because we can't take it with us. Because we're going to go to a good place and go forage and harvest. So we had this young boy. He's probably like 11. Oh, I need a really big rock. Like, I'm going to have to pray. He stayed there and he seriously prayed. And then he threw his rock off the hill. And it took a while, but he felt a lot better.
Yes. I know of everything going on with the threat to our climate and to this planet. And I'm wondering, in your relationship with the plants and the animals, what you're seeing that they're telling you about how the climate is changing.
Oh, this is so sad. I mean, they're struggling. A lot of plants are struggling. A lot of plants are being ignored. When plants are ignored, they don't come back. And a lot of it is not because we're ignoring them. It's because people forgot how to pray with them, how to gather them, and acknowledging the plant life. Also, they're a relative. Plants are a relative. Animals are a relative in different forms, different ways.
Yes.
Whether we eat and consume them, they are still a part of the land and are very related to us. Yes. But you do see the effect of climate change. I tell people that a lot of people that live in the four walls of the cities, they don't see the climate change effect. When I'm out here, I see spring plants coming up in December. And it's very unusual to see the changes that are coming. There are more changes coming. And people need to, I don't know, that's one thing we just don't have an answer for it. But the changes is real. Climate change is very real. And it is affecting every aspect of life. But most of the greater percentage of climate change is due to our own human greed. And when people could at least take a pause and acknowledge the life around them, which is the animal, plant, water, bird, sky, to honor them for a moment, it would help heal. But human life, have a different view of the future. And that future doesn't include the plants, animals, waters, birds, insects, all the different vegetation of life. It's not part of that conversation. And it's not part of that future in this industrialized world, to listen to our elders that have already spoken the stories that this is going to happen, and how many of us are going to be ready for these changes. How are we going to adapt to these changes? For us, I always say we're like the seeds. We have to continue planting our seed, whether it be a few that grow or maybe a lot that grow, but we will always continue to grow, regardless what change and what we're adapting to in this life. It's adapting to the changes. How do we adapt? How do we continue with our 5 C's of knowledge, language, song, ceremony, prayers, and traditional food ways? How do we carry our seed to the future? How do our children carry it to the future? To ensure that this is still continued regardless of the changes that are going to be impacted upon everyone.
Welcome to Caravan of the Heart. We are troubadours of divine bliss, a touring folk music duo, inspirational speakers, retreat leaders, and advocates for this planet and its people. On this Blisscast, we have heart-to-heart conversations around taking care of ourselves, taking care of each other, and taking care of this sacred earth, all while freeing our dreams and moving as one to amplify love in all things.